Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kaylee and I'm here today to tell you all about my skincare. So this is actually my second channel on YouTube. I actually run a houseplant channel, which I will link below if anybody's interested, but I assume you're here simply because of the skincare aspect. Those of you that watch me on my main channel, you'll know how often I get asked about my skincare. This video, I have to tell you, is so overdue. I feel bad, I feel guilty, it's not even funny. But today I'm gonna go through everything I use and why, and if you don't know me and you don't know the type of content I usually make, my videos can be a bit lengthy and quite informational, so you can expect that today from me as well. Today I wanna cover a few things. The first thing I'd like to very quickly gloss over is how I got into skincare, because it's a little bit relevant and I feel like people might want a video just on that, on the catalyst, if you will, that kind of led me to this. The second thing I'd like to go over is a lot about the brand I actually use my skincare. Normally I wouldn't really do this, but because my skincare is more or less one brand, I thought it'd be a really good idea to quickly gloss over the background of that, just so you can get an idea of why I use the things I use. I'm then gonna go through all of the products I use on my face, and I'm gonna tell you what's good about them and why I like them and kind of how I use them. I'm even gonna include some skincare gadgets in that, because I do have one or two skincare gadgets that I use and I consider them to be quite good. I'm then gonna cover specifically what I use on a morning and what I use on a nighttime and what I use if I'm feeling a little bit extra. And after that, I did have some questions from people that watch my main channel that you asked me on Instagram. I want to very quickly go over them at the end. We've got a lot to get through. Let's go. So I'll start by saying, right, don't panic, but this here is actually my skincare bag. And trust me, it is full. It is very heavy, and it's normally a little bit more heavy than what it is now. I've had to take some stuff out because it wasn't really pertinent to this video, so I didn't really bother putting it in. But that's my skincare bag, so that I'm going to go through that today. So a little bit about my skin type, because I feel like it may be relevant to some of you. I have extremely dry skin. That is my skin type. I am forever loving the moisture. It's great doing what I do for a living. If you don't know, I basically run a plant shop, and the environment that I'm sat in right now is extremely humid. So that's great for my skin. But even then, I'm still a moisture lover. I like to get as much moisture as I can. I haven't always been into skincare. Before I started getting into skincare, I would have the one moisturizer that I kind of like, and I would just put it on several times a day. And by several times a day, I mean 5 or 6 times a day. I would go to work. I wouldn't necessarily wear makeup on. This is before I quit my job. And I would just constantly catch myself reapplying it because it obviously wasn't really working. Do you know what I mean? I would feel the effects of it for an hour or two, and then it would just go. And then I'd put some more on. So that was basically skincare for me. Every so often I used to exfoliate, and I think I got into face masks later down the line, but generally I didn't really do much for my skin. So it wasn't great before I found skincare. The catalyst to being incredibly into skincare was actually when I suffered from perioral dermatitis. The best way I can describe this is you get, it's like eczema but not, and you get it around your nose and around your mouth. It can form like a ring like this. That's why it's called perioral, because it's around the mouth. And this thing, I won't get too much into this because I know a few people probably want a whole video on this, and believe me, it is a full video on this subject that I could do, because it took me about a year to actually get rid of this. And during that year, my confidence was just shattered. I'll put a picture up on the screen just so you know what I'm getting at. This, I don't know if I'm going to find a particularly bad day of when I had it, but it was just awful. I stopped smiling in pictures. I was really suffering for a long time. I would put makeup on, it wouldn't cover it. If anything, it looked worse. I was recording YouTube videos at the time. I just felt awful, and it was just a horrible thing to suffer from. But long story short, I got rid of that eventually after a whole year. I don't know how I found out about the brand of skincare I use, which is Drunk Elephant, by the way, mainly. Not always, but mainly. My skin changed within, and this is no exaggeration, and I'm not sponsored, by the way. I should probably get that out of the way right now. I should have said this at the beginning. I am not sponsored in any way by any company that I even speak about in this video. I have no affiliation with any skincare brand. They don't know I'm filming this. Literally, I buy all my products myself. But anyway, I bought this skincare brand, and it was expensive, but I tried it, and literally, this is no joke, because people around me noticed this. My skin changed in about 3 days. I looked visibly younger in 1 week. And I'm not saying this stuff's great for anti-aging. I'm saying my skin was clearly just getting the wrong stuff. And once I put the right stuff on it, my skin just went plump, it went really smooth, it glowed, all of that. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm not saying I reverse aged, meaning I used anti-aging stuff. I'm just saying I found the right things to put on my skin. And since then, I have literally never looked back. I have not changed what I use on my face despite it being expensive. And that's really it. That's how I found my skincare. It was through having a really bad skin condition. I started educating myself on skin, how it worked, what I should and shouldn't do on it, because I didn't want this happening again by the time I got rid of it. And I actually found, and I'm going to link this guy because he is literally amazing. His name is Hiram on YouTube. If you haven't watched him, please watch him. He is fantastic at skincare. Anything you want to know, he has a video on. If I find any videos that support what I'm talking about today, I will link them specifically and I will annotate them all in the description. So if there's anything you want to see, check there. It's probably all laid out for you. So a combination of learning about skincare and then getting good skincare, that's where I am now. And my skin is better than when I was 19, 20. I should mention very quickly that I don't suffer from breakouts or acne. If anything, I get blackheads. But generally, I'm blessed with quite decent skin apart from the dry skin aspect. So onto the main brand of skincare that I'm probably going to show you today. So heads up, that's what I'm going to be doing. The main brand I'm going to show you is, as I mentioned before, Drunk Elephant. Now, you might be able to see behind me, I have this skincare kind of set up on my shelf. A few people on my main channel have asked me, what is it for? It's because it looks pretty, and that's why I put it there. That's literally it. I like the bottles. I use them every day. I like them. I put them there. So what's cool about Drunk Elephant for me? When you normally have skincare companies, and again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I just like Drunk Elephant's theory on skincare. So normally when you have skincare brands, they will make products for dry skin, oily skin, combination skin. Drunk Elephant don't do that. They have a reasonably minimalistic product line, I would honestly say, and they believe that if you use this product line that they have formulated, it doesn't matter your skin type. It will bring your skin back to the correct pH, the correct balance, so on and so forth. So they believe that good, healthy skin is one kind of thing, and a lot of skincare problems can normally be solved by avoiding what they call the suspicious six. The suspicious six ingredients that they do not put in their skincare that Drunk Elephant consider to be just not good for you, not needed, very irritant to the skin. The 6 ingredients are, and I'm reading off my laptop, 1 is essential oils. If you don't know about that, that is proven to be really not good for your skin. That's not a myth, that's not good. Also any kind of fragrance as well, really bad for your skincare. If you're using skincare with fragrance in, I will leave a link below from a video of Hiram's. Please cease doing so. It's not good for you at all. Again, I'll not elaborate, but it's not good. The second thing is drying alcohols, because obviously it's irritant to the skin, it's very drying, it's unnecessary. The third thing is silicones. There is some debate in skincare whether silicones are good or bad. Again, I'm not an expert in any way, so I'm not really sure whether that's good or bad. There's debate about that one. Chemical sunscreens, they tend not to put in. I actually don't know why that is, but I know that they don't. Fragrances and dyes, I've already mentioned. And the last thing is sodium lauryl sulfate, also known as SLS. It is very sensitizing and very irritating to be found in your skincare. It's normally found in really strong cleansing products like body wash. So it's stuff that is really there to cleanse, but it's not meant to cleanse the skin on your face, because the skin on your face is very, very different to the skin on the rest of your body. It is so much more sensitive. So Drunk Elephant basically don't use any of that. You don't have to care about any of that. That's just my reasonings on why I like the brand, why I am hypersensitive, you could call it, about my skincare due to what happened to me. Which again, if you would like a video on that, I'm totally up for having a good sit down and talking about it, because it sucked, quite frankly. So I'm just going to throw it out there. There's no point beating around the bush. Drunk Elephant products generally are not cheap. They are quite expensive. I don't know if you would call it high-end skincare, but I'm just going to call it expensive skincare. But the thing about this skincare is that they pack just an insane amount of ingredients into their products. So I don't have to buy that many, although they are expensive, and I get a lot of ingredients in the one product. So if I were to spend less money, I might be buying 5 different things to compile what my moisturizer does, for example, in one thing. So for me, I like to think of it that way. To me, it doesn't feel very expensive. Don't get me wrong, it did when I started using this stuff. I remember I could not afford to buy anything other than essentially the samples, and it's taken me a while to be able to afford it properly. So I totally understand if this isn't for you based on that, but y'all asked me what skincare I use, so we're doing a video on it. One more cool thing I like about their products before I generally talk about them, just so I don't have to keep repeating myself, is, and I'm not saying they're the only brand that do this, but they are formulated in a way where you can use any product with any product, and you can just make a little cocktail on your hand and just, mix whatever you're putting on your face for that day or that night. I like that. That's really quick and easy for me. I really appreciate stuff like that. So if that's something that works for you, great. Not only that, but a lot of Drunk Elephant products tend to be, more often than not, and I will label them in the video as we go, they tend to be vegan and cruelty-free, which obviously is what you want from skincare. Right, on to the actual products I use. So I've broken this down. I have notes in front of me because honestly, this is pretty long. This is just how it is. So I've broken these down into categories, and at the end, I will basically tell you what my morning and night routine is. I'm not going to demo it because I don't think it needs to happen, but if you want a demo in a video, that's fine. I can do that at a later date. So I've broken these down into moisturizers, serums, oils, cleansers, exfoliation, eyes, face masks, sunscreens, retinol, lips, because I guess it counts, it's on your face, and skincare gadgets will be last. So this is the first moisturizer I use, and I admit I don't use this as much as the next one I'm going to talk about. I don't really know the reasons why. I think generally this is quite a thick cream, so I don't tend to reach for it. I do sometimes when my skin is feeling particularly dry or irritated, or I've done some kind of peel or something, then I'll probably use it because it hangs around on your face a little bit more. I'm pretty sure this is formulated to be a night cream. This is the La La Retro Whipped Cream. The cool thing about these products, and I'll only do it once because I'm not going to get every product out today, is if I squeeze that there, it comes out of this top part here, and you can just swipe it off and then use it as a moisturizer. It's called whipped cream, and honestly, it does feel very much like a whipped cream. Sorry, this is probably not going to focus on my hand very well. It's probably going to want to focus on my face. That was a lot of cream to put on my hands. Oh my God. Give me 1 second. I feel like if you are somebody that doesn't like the feel of creams on your face, you don't like a heavier cream, you probably would want to skip this one if you want to try a Drunk Elephant moisturizer. I would recommend the next one more than that, purely because I feel that not everyone will love this. If you want something really smoothing and you like the idea of the texture being a lot like cream, this is great. This, like honestly, most of the products I'm going to show you today has things like omega acids, antioxidants, all these good things for your skin. Again, I'm not an expert on skincare, but you can look on the Drunk Elephant's website and you can see all of the stuff in their products. I will link that down below, and you can look these up for yourself and get a little bit more info, but to gloss over it anyway, it's got a lot of good stuff to repair your skin. It repairs the skin's barrier function. Now, this means a lot to me, and I love products with this in, because when you get perioral dermatitis, as I mentioned at the start of the video, that happens because your skin's barrier function doesn't work. It's broken. So I'm obsessed with stuff like this, even though I will admit I don't use this one as much as the other one. I don't really have a reason. I think I just prefer the other cream. So if I wanted to save some money and drop a product out of my routine, I would drop this, but I don't really feel the need to drop it. So I use it, but not as much as the next cream I'm going to talk about. I love the way that they do their lids, their method of dispensing product. It's very hygienic. This way you're not dipping your fingers into all the cream and getting bacteria in there. So I love it for that. It's like they've thought about everything. I love this cream. Okay, so the next cream I do use all the time, and I'm a little bit obsessed with it. I think this is I want to say it's like a cult classic among moisturizers. I think this is quite high up on most people's lists, and I feel like people that don't even use Drunk Elephant tend to buy this one along with a couple of other products I'm going to mention later on. But this is the Proteini Polypeptide Cream. It's beautiful, and it's a very different consistency. It's got the same lid. This one, I will pump a little bit out. It's much more of a watery consistency like that. So it's kind of more like a water cream, but not quite. It's getting there. This has a lot of good stuff in. That's why it's called Proteini Polypeptide Cream. It has a lot of polypeptides. I want to say it's got about 9 different ones in it that target a different area of skin damage. So one will target anti-aging, one will target sun damage, one will target pollution damage on your skin, because that is a thing. So it's a really good all-in-one cream for the daytime. And like I say, if you want to just try this for the nighttime, go for it. I don't think you would lose out too much by not trying this one. This one though, seriously, if you're looking for a bomb moisturizer and you don't mind spending a bit of money, this is unbelievable. You feel so fresh when you put it on as well. And that's a big deal to me. I love feeling as fresh as possible when I use skincare. But that's a great, great cream. And it's so hygienic and I just love it. It's a great cream. Oh, this also has, I think it's water lily in it, which works to reduce redness and irritation as well. So if that's something you suffer from, then this might be an even better cream for you to try. So the next cream I'm going to show you, it's not something I use on the daily. I tend to use this after face masks sometimes. I kind of go from in between. If I'm feeling slightly bored of my skincare, then I might switch it out for this just for fun. Or sometimes I use this under makeup. I might have to stop using this because it may pill up under makeup. I haven't figured it out yet. But this here is the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Hydrating Moisturizer. I discovered this on my flight to Thailand. I went to Thailand early last year, just before COVID struck, and I bought a little travel set of this to take to Thailand on the plane with me. I didn't wear any makeup, I just took skincare because I'm all about that life. And I took some of this and honestly, it just changed my life on that plane. It was unbelievable. Ben was with me. Ben put some on the plane and we both tried it and we were like, whoa, what is that? It's incredible. So from then on, I fell in love with it and I don't use it as much as I should. Having said that, I've not long bought this. I did only have a little sample, so I should use this more. But the cool thing about this cream is that it has hyaluronic acid in it. And this is great for doing what I do, because when you use things with hyaluronic acid in it, what it does is it draws moisture from the atmosphere into your skin. That's literally what it does. I can't remember how many times it holds its weight in water kind of thing. I can't remember that. But this one is 30% hyaluronic acid, so it's a good one. I love it. If I'm having a dry day, say, and I come to where I am now, to the shop, whap this on. It's gonna just give me almost like a face mask without doing anything, because it's going to draw in all that moisture from the atmosphere. The thing I will say about this is, and people that watch my channel probably won't have these issues because I imagine you're all keeping your humidity up for your houseplants. But if you don't, and you live in a very dry climate, or you're going out somewhere and it's very dry, please be very careful, because it will work the opposite way. If you're in a really dry environment, it will draw the moisture out of your skin. So you must be very careful when you're using stuff like this. I should reach for this more. I tend not to. There's no real reason for it. I do love it. I'm probably just so satisfied with this all the time that it stops me reaching for this. I don't know. But I love it and it's great. So I'm going to move on very quickly to serums. These are things I like to put on before or after a moisturizer. I haven't really found any preferred way. I mean, saying that, 9 times out of 10, I just put them on and mix them in my hand and throw it on my face. So you could argue it's going on with my moisturizer. But I have different things I use for different reasons. So the first one I have is from Drunk Elephant, of course. It is the Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. Now think of this. This is really not a terrible price, by the way, for a Drunk Elephant product, and you can probably use this with the existing skincare you have. But think of it as an extra shot of hydration. Think of it as a hydration booster. So whatever moisturizer you're using, if you feel that it's just not quite giving you enough, or you're a minimalistic person, you know, you have the one moisturizer that you use every day, but today you're having a dry day. For whatever reason you're having a dry day, you can add a shot of this and put it into your skincare. It's probably can't see it, I don't know. It's very, very watery in consistency. So whenever I'm having a really dry day, I just pop this in with my skincare and it's great. It's great if you are really minimal with your skincare and you use the one moisturizer and it works for you, but sometimes you just have a dry day and maybe you feel like putting more moisturizer on. If you can mix this with it, it's fantastic. It's really nice. It's just an extra shot of hydration. You could put it on its own. I tend not to. I have other serums that I put on, but I always like to mix it in because it's just really nice and it feels so fresh and so weightless as well. So if you're bothered about really heavy skincare, because I don't personally like heavy skincare. I really don't like it. I used to, I don't anymore. This is a really good one to try if you want to try something. It is one of the cheaper products from Drunk Elephant, I would say. I believe this is about £40. Not technically needed, but it's always a really nice boost. The next serum I have, I think, is another fan favorite of Drunk Elephant, I think. And this is something I put on every day on my face. This is part of my day routine. This is the Sea Firmer Day Serum and it comes out, I'll not put it out because it's actually quite sticky. It comes out like an orangey kind of color. So this is awesome because it brightens your skin. It has vitamin C in it And it also eats away during the day, it eats away all the dead skin cells that you may not have got with, you know, your exfoliation, however you're doing that. So it gets rid of dead skin cells, it evens and brightens your complexion, and just makes it all around more smoother. Apparently, drunk elephants say that it stays on the skin for up to 72 hours even after it's washed off, meaning I'm guessing that it's absorbed into the skin and it still has a lasting effect. I don't know if that means you could use this every other day. Personally, I don't. I use it every day. But it's good, but I don't think everyone's going to love the consistency of this because it comes out like this orangey color, and it's quite easy to use too much because one pump actually delivers quite a lot of serum in it. And it can just feel a little bit sticky. Not only that, but this does have a fragrance, but it's a natural fragrance, so it's safe for your skin. It basically smells of pumpkin. So if you don't like that, this might not be for you. If you want to try this, I suggest you decide to purchase a sample or something like that. I'm not sure that everyone will love this. I didn't know how to feel about it at first when I started using it, but honestly, it took me about 4 days of just seeing the benefit of it, and I got used to the consistency, I got used to the smell, and I really like it now. It doesn't bother me at all, but I do know some people that don't love it. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking, right, I'm going to try something. Maybe don't pick this one. I do have some recommendations on what you should try. Maybe hang back from this one until you've tried a sample of it. Oh, okay. My next serum it's a serum that I love, and I can recommend this to so many people. It's not even funny. It's not Drunk Elephant though, because remember, not all of this video is Drunk Elephant. It just so happens that I use a lot of their products. But this is Dr. Yacht Tiger Grass Repair Serum, and it's so cool. The packaging is really cool. I'll try and show you on the video, even though it probably won't focus on me. You basically push the button in the top of the lid that comes up when you twist the product up, and you literally dispense the product out of the little pipette, which is nice. It's nice and hygienic. It's great. Once the lid is fully closed, the lid just clicks into place. This is the most beautiful serum ever. Honestly, it's fantastic, and I always recommend this particular serum to people that hate the feel of a product on their face. I know a few people that just don't like to feel things on their face. They don't like it to feel claggy. Seriously, honestly, try this serum. It will change your life. You put it on, it sinks in really fast, and there's basically no residue on your face. It just disappears. So you get the benefit of the serum, but it's not sitting on your skin. Personally, I don't mind things sitting on my skin. I like the way it looks a lot of the time. So I don't reach for this as much as I should, and that's probably because I have obviously the other stuff that I use daily, but there are always times on a nighttime where I just reach for this instead because I fancy using it because I like it so much. If you're running late on a morning and you need to put skincare on and you can't wait for it to sink in and you want it to literally go into your skin before you put makeup on, for example, this is absolutely unbelievable. If you do not like the feel of skincare on your face, I implore you to try one of these out. They are so good. Honestly, so good. So we're now onto oils. I only use one oil on my face. It's the only oil I've ever felt that I've needed. It just seems to be an all-rounder for me. I use it in different scenarios. But this is the Drunk Elephant 100% marula oil. Now then, I know what you're going to say. You're going to tell me that a brand called The Ordinary also does marula oil for a fraction of the price. Have I got the price written down? This size bottle I bought for 34 British pounds. This is 15 ml. I know, it's not a lot. It's expensive. I bought, because I thought, you know, I can make a great saving here. I actually went and purchased the Ordinary serum. I was going to bring it today, but I didn't because the pipette's just done on it because the packaging's not very high quality. It's also one of the reasons why they're able to give you affordable skincare. But I tried their version of marula oil and it broke me out. It breaks me out every time. I can't use it. So although it may be the same oil, for some reason, the Ordinary breaks me out and this doesn't. I don't know why that is. It's a real shame because the Ordinary is, I don't know how much it is to hand now. I'll tell you on the screen. It's probably about £5 though. It's not expensive, whereas this one for a small bottle is basically £35. But I use it, it doesn't break me out. I love using this whenever my skin is suffering. So if I've used retinol or I've used a chemical exfoliating mask that's particularly tough, I will always add this in. I've added this in a lot more recently just as standard in both my morning and night routine because it's winter and my skincare is just not quite as powerful to combat winter as it would be normally in the summer. So I've actually started putting this on morning and night, but typically when I'm not doing that, I would use this when my skin just needs a little bit of care, because marula oil just, I don't know what it is, the healing properties of this stuff is literally incredible. It really is. It's wonderful. You can just put this on your skin and heal a lot of irritation. If you just put this on for a week, day and night, you can get quite far with it. So for that reason, I like it. If you want a cheaper alternative, by all means, The Ordinary do a great product. It just doesn't work for me. Try it before you try this. I don't see why you wouldn't try it. Obviously, the cost per wear, or whatever you want to call it, is so much lower. But for me, it just breaks me out. So I use this one. Right, cleansers. Let me find it. Oh, did I not bring the other one? Oh, so I've missed my cleansers. Aren't here. We're on to cleansers now, and I've gone and left my cleansers at home, mainly because they're by the sink and I use them every day and I forgot to bring them. So I'm going to have to talk about them and just insert a picture or something like that of the product. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, it is a cleanser and I do have it here. It's literally the only product I have here out of cleansers today. But this is a balm that I use to take off my makeup, and I don't often wear makeup. I actually only wear it to film at the minute because obviously it's lockdown, no one really cares. But I use it to take off my makeup and the difference is amazing. So I use it basically when I double cleanse. So I'll go in with this balm to take off most of my makeup, and then I will go in with a cleanser afterwards. So this here is, and I cannot pronounce it, I'm really sorry. This is the Sly Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser, and it's beautiful. Comes in a really big tub. How much is this one? This is £29. You get quite a lot of it though. I would say this was a really good value Drunk Elephant product, if I'm honest. So you open it up and it looks a bit like this. It looks like butter, if that's focusing. I hope it is. And not only that, but you get on the top, you get a little spoon like this. If I show you that, is it going to focus? Yeah. You get a little spoon that you can just scoop out the product, and it has a little magnet on the back, and it actually just sits on the product like that. And it's awesome, and I'm a bit obsessed with it. This is brilliant. It has extra things in it like marula oil. I can't remember if I wrote down if it has anything else in it. It has antioxidants in it. It just has a lot of goodness in it. It's not just a straightforward cleansing balm. There's always something extra in it, which I really, really love, to be honest. Oh, that's oddly satisfying. Why is that so satisfying? The cool thing about this, actually, I nearly forgot to mention it, but I am not a person that uses a physical exfoliator. I'll get into why that is when we get into exfoliation, right? Generally, I don't use a physical exfoliator on my face. What do I mean by that? I mean, I don't use a scrub. But if I needed to, this balm is great because it comes with it, when you get a little tube of this stuff, it comes with a little tube, if you will, of bamboo. Is it going to focus there? Right there. It comes with a little tube of bamboo booster, and you can add it to your balm and create an exfoliator. But the grains in this are so fine, it's really gentle on the skin, so it's not a tough exfoliator. It's not got like walnuts or anything like that in it. It's really, really nice. I never use it. I have it. I carry it with me because it's so tiny, but I never use it. I normally just use this. And that's because I tackle exfoliation on my face very differently. I tackle it, little and often, and I tackle it daily. So that's how I actually exfoliate. But this removes my makeup really well. I have a certain mascara I like to use. I've got it on today. It is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Literally nothing gets that off. I love filming with this mascara, but honestly, if I don't use this, I'm taking it off for the next 5 days, no matter what I do. It sucks. With this gets it off really fast. Now, I'm kind of irritated because I did try another balm out prior to this video to see if it was any good, and I like it, and I want to recommend it to you because it is a lot cheaper than this. I think this one, as I mentioned before, this is £29. The one I'm going to recommend to you, if you want to try a balm, that is I think it's £9 or £10. And that is from a brand called The Inky List. It's like The Ordinary, but it's a little bit more expensive, but there's possibly a little bit more ingredients in it. So it's a step up from The Ordinary anyway. So if you use The Ordinary, this should still be within your price range. Really beautiful balm. I can't remember what it's called. Do I have it written down? The Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm, and I've got it written down as £10. Yeah, I picked it up the other week off a website when I was was buying some more skincare in, and I just thought I'm going to try it and see how nice it is. And it is nice. It doesn't quite stack up to this one for me because the mascara that I wear that just doesn't come off, it doesn't really get it off as well around the eye area. I find that this one takes it off a little bit better. But if you want to try a cleansing balm, and I urge you to, whether you're aware of makeup or not, it's fantastic stuff, it's beautiful. Please give it a go, because although this looks really waxy and thick in the pot, it's the same thing for the Inky List one. When you put it on your face, it just warms up and it turns into butter on your face, and it's the most beautiful cleansing experience. Honestly, it feels very luxury when you use a balm, and it doesn't matter how much that balm costs. Get the Inky List one, you'll see what I mean. Use it as a cleanser and it's so nice on your skin. It leaves your skin feeling beautiful, really clean but not stripped. So I recommend that one as well as this one. I like them both. The other one is obviously more affordable. I still love this one. I like the hygiene of it and everything else, but it's not that I wouldn't use the other one, and I still will use the other one. So moving on from that, the only other cleanser I have, and I think I have a sample of it, you know. I'm not sure if I have it in this bag. I'll get it out while I talk, but this is the, what's it called? I've got it written down. This is the Drunk Elephant Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. And I normally use this after I use the balm, actually. I do have a little sample size in here. Sorry, it is quite grubby. It's just been sat in there. But I have a little sample size here anyway. This is really nice. It literally comes out like clear jelly in a really cute cap where you turn it and then you can squeeze the product out. I love that. I'm all about that. Also stops leakage a lot in bags. This comes out really clear. You move it around your face and it froths up, essentially. And you leave it on your face for about 30 seconds, just let it do its work, I guess, and then you can rinse it off. I do use this after a balm. I'll be honest, I don't use a balm every day. I really save the balm for when I'm doing makeup. I'd like to change that. I'd like to just do, every time I wash my face, I'd like to do balm and then the cleanser. But that's a really nice, affordable cleanser. In my opinion, from the Drunk Elephant range, it's quite a good price. I think it's £27. It's quite good. And honestly, that's quite competitive with a lot of other cleansers that are out there. So if you like something really lightweight and foamy and jelly and whatever else, it's a really nice one for that. I like cleansers to generally be very light on my skin because I'm very paranoid about overstripping it and stuff like that. So those products work really well for me. Right, let me get a couple of things out because we're now on to exfoliation. So the main product I have to talk about for exfoliation, honestly, if you're aware of the brand, this is going to be zero surprise to you. It's got to be this. This is incredible. This changed my skin in about 3 days. My pores shrank to nothing. It was beautiful and smooth. It was brighter. It was gorgeous. This is the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. I think it's 12% AHA and BHA. This is essentially, before I get into it, this is essentially a chemical exfoliator. That sounds really scary if you don't know anything about this kind of thing. It's not. It's not going to eat away your skin. It basically just eats the dead stuff on your skin and it gets into your pores and it pushes all the gunk out of your pores. So it's really good for clearing your skin up, and it does it in a really gentle way. When I use this, I think that if I haven't used this for a long time, I'll put it on and it'll give me a mild tingle for like the first day or so. It's not painful in any way. It's just a mild tingle. After that goes away and you don't feel anything when you put it on. I would really see a difference in my skin if I didn't use this, and I'm not just saying that. This thing is really that good. So, as I mentioned before, it has AHA and BHA, and the AHA stands for alpha hydroxy acid. This basically works to make your skin a lot brighter, as well as resurfacing it. So that's kind of what you get from that aspect. That's probably the most dramatic side of it that you'll see. The BHA, which is essentially salicylic acid, is what helps to unclog your pores. So that's the different sides of the benefits you're getting in this. I'm pretty sure it's got other stuff in there as well. It's probably got antioxidants in it. I think most of their products do. It's got a bunch of good stuff in it, but honestly, this is a game changer. A lot of people consider this to be a holy grail Drunk Elephant product, along with obviously this one as well, the moisturizer I mentioned earlier. It's much loved and I get it. This product, when I tried Drunk Elephant, this is the thing that changed me the fastest. This is the thing that gave me the most effect the fastest. If you could buy a Drunk Elephant product, it's this one. It just is. It's this one. This is unbelievable. My skin feels so much softer when I use it. I really feel it the next morning. And when I wake up the morning after I use this, because I use this at night, my pores are the size of pinpricks. They're just so small and it's just really smooth and gorgeous. And it just looks fantastic. I cannot live without this. Honestly, not exaggerating. I can't live without it. It's that good. It's that good. And the next thing I use for exfoliation, I have this in the box and there's no real reason why other than it comes with another product in the box and I haven't used it yet. So the next thing I use is this. This is the Drunk Elephant TLC Sukari Baby Facial. This here is essentially this on steroids. You use this probably between once and twice a week, depending on your skin type. This is very strong. This is a 12% blend. I believe this one is 25% blend. So this is 25% AHA, 2% BHA. It's strong as hell, okay? It really is. So I've got this in its box because you get with it, when you buy this product, you actually get a little tube of the marula oil like this. So that's really nice. It's a good way of trying 2 products in one. This is not for everyone. I think if you've got sensitive skin, you're gonna have to be careful with this one. I do have sensitive skin, less so from using this skincare, but it can still get sensitive. This tells you to leave it on for 20 minutes, I think. If I use this for 20 minutes, I go a bit red. I'm not in any pain, but I go a bit red. If I use it for 15, I do not. So I will kind of dance between using it for 15 minutes or for 20 minutes. Basically, as I mentioned, this does exactly what this does, but it's just so OP, honestly. This will blast off the crap off your skin. It will fire the gun count of your pores and it will eat away the dead crap. So if you have a really cool event that you're going to, do this the night before, or earlier in the day before you go out on the nighttime and let your skin settle afterwards. This is going to change you. Honestly, it's going to make your makeup go on beautiful. Your skin's going to be poreless, smooth, really supple and nice. Now then, I will pull out of my bag what everyone considers a dupe for this product and I will get it out of the box. This here, and I have tried it, this is the ordinary AHA 30%, BHA 2%. So this is 25%, this is 30. This is £67. This is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. This here, I can't remember. This might be about £7, something like that. So it's a lot cheaper and it looks entirely different. And I know this is a bit of a cult favorite for The Ordinary. I tried to get this last year and it was sold out all the time. So I've only recently been able to even try this product, but this is what it looks like and it's red in the bottle. It's really cool. People call it like a vampire, like blood facial or something. It's not. It's just the way it's colored. It doesn't stain your skin. If anyone is worried about that, it doesn't. It doesn't leave you pink afterwards. The only thing that leaves you pink afterwards is the end effect of the product. Now then, people say this is a dupe for this. In my opinion, yes and no is what I would say. And I really thought about whether I wanted to include dupes in this video because I think people have different interpretations of what is a dupe. So a dupe for some people, i.e. a duplicate product, is something that will give you the same effect as the other product. For me, a dupe is not that. For me personally, a dupe of a product is down to the ingredients because that is honestly what is important here. And this is very affordable from The Ordinary because there's not a lot in it. I can't remember offhand what is actually in it, but it's minimal set of ingredients. That's why you can buy this product for a really affordable price. And I'm not knocking it, it's good for that. I really approve it for that. It is, as I say, it's stronger than this one. I think they only want you to leave this on for like 15 minutes, which really accounts for the extra 5%, you could say. But honestly, even if I use this for 15 minutes compared to this with 20, personally, I use this one night as I would use this. I put it on for the recommended allotted time. And the next morning, my skin looked a little bit beat up. I'm just being honest, it didn't look as good. I know this has extra stuff to soothe your skin at the same time. This obviously doesn't have that in, so you're gonna have to do more work. For me, this product is not a dupe of this. I'm just gonna be honest, that's just my opinion. It's just not. It doesn't give me the same effect. My skin looks great the day after when I use this. It does not look great the day after I use this. If you're interested, let me know down below and I will literally do a comparison video for you so you can decide for yourself. I'm all for doing that. I will do an exfoliation on my face where I do one half of my face with Drunk Elephant and I'll do one half of my face with this. I'll check in on the nighttime. I'll come back the next day and I'll show you and you can decide for yourself. I just feel like this just isn't as good. It just feels a little bit basic. Please don't hate on me for saying that because I'm just genuinely speaking from an end result perspective, but from an ingredient perspective, I don't feel as soothed. My skin doesn't feel as calm and as hydrated as when I use this one. So I'm putting it out there. If you want the video on it, we'll totally do it. I can do it very quickly for you as well. So let me know what you want to do with that. Leave a comment down below and I will be sure to take a look at it. But that's the other product anyway. So you may have heard that these two are dupes. In my opinion, no, they aren't. From an ingredients perspective, they definitely aren't. We're now on to eye creams, and I have one eye cream. I will pluck it out for you. Now, what I will say is a lot of people say that you don't need an eye cream in your skincare, and that's probably very true. I think you don't really need an eye cream. You can just put like extra moisturizer on there, maybe let it sit a bit, or just double moisturize it or something like that. You probably don't need an eye cream. I can honestly sit here and say that, but for me, I suffer so bad. I'm the same as my mother, actually. I suffer really bad from like lines under my eyes. I have them all the time when I film. I try not to wear too much concealer under my eyes because I feel like it goes really crepey and I don't like how it looks. So for me, I try and focus on getting rid of the problem without makeup, if that makes any sense, because I really don't like cakey concealer around my eyes. I hate it. It's horrible. So a lot of the time in videos, my eyes probably look like they could use some more concealer, but it's just something I prefer to live with. I prefer to have less makeup on and try and treat it from the skin, right? So I actually use this. This is definitely hailed again by a lot of people that like Drunk Elephant or people that don't like Drunk Elephant, but they've tried a lot of products. This is a good one. Before I get into what it is, they do a different eye cream. I haven't tried it. I've never felt the need to. If you want to try an eye cream, just go for this one. I see a lot of reviews on Drunk Elephant, like the line in general, and a lot of people say just go for this one, so I've never tried the other one. But this is brilliant. This is a little bit like this, the C Firma Day Serum, in the way that it's got vitamin C and it's really brightening, only it's formulated for your eyes. It's not a serum though, it is a cream. It comes out really silky. It's kind of tinted, I think. I think it comes out in like a cream color. Let me see if I can get it out. Yeah, it comes out like it's almost the color of my top. You can't see it on the video and my camera does not like focusing backwards and forwards. I don't know if I mentioned this, by the way, but any of these Drunk Elephant products, they come out in a really nice way. They just click open, which is just really nice. So yeah, I use this all the time. And honestly, if I skip a few days of using this, I can honestly say that I look much more dull on the under eyes. I feel like my lines are coming back a lot more, the darkness around my eyes. I'm not saying it's completely curing my dark lines, because I don't think it does, but I feel like it really takes the edge off and it really helps to just brighten me up. And in doing so, I feel like it makes me look a lot younger. So for me, I love this. My mum loves this as well. My mum, obviously, as I mentioned, has the same problem. Hi mum, if you're watching. Not meaning to out you for your eyes, but we both use this and we both love it. And I bought mum some samples of Drunk Elephant, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, I think it was for like her birthday or Mother's Day last year. And obviously in one of the samples, there was this cream and she used it and she was like, what is this cream? What is this cream? It's amazing. So this I recommend. Oh, my favorite topic, my favorite category to show you. And I have but one thing in the category. And trust me, like anyone that is like on my Instagram and watches my Instagram stories, you'll know the enthusiasm I have for this product. Let me grab it. This is the best thing in the world. Honestly, it's unbelievable. So the next category I have to talk to you about is face masks. And a lot of people, like I say, that follow my Instagram should probably know what comes next. This is the only face mask I will probably ever need, ever. It is that good. I've never found myself wanting for a different mask since I started using this. This is honestly that good. This is the Peter Thomas Roth, so it's the same brand that does, here it is, the moisturizer I mentioned before. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask Extreme Detox Hydrator, and honestly, this is amazing. I can't really tip it up to the camera, but I've probably done some B-roll for you. It's like a green jelly, and this is best used, trust me on this, if you have a really hot bath, right? Because this is how I like to do my face masks generally. I have a really hot bath to get my pores open, and by the time I'm out of that bath, I've done my hair masks, whatever I'm gonna do. I get out, I'm one of these people, my face will be bright red. It's just what happens. My skin can be very irritated very quickly. I am a beetroot when I get out of the bath. But I dry my hair, I bun it up, I get dressed, I get my pajamas on. Then I'll put this on. And I don't quite use it how it is directed to use, just because I like to get the money's worth out of it. So did I write how much this was? This is £45. You can get it cheaper. A lot of websites, you can get it for as low as about 32 to 35. So shop around for this. You might be able to get it cheaper. I do see it on sale a lot. Don't know why. But this is fantastic. And I think they recommend you leave it on for 10 minutes. Don't. I put this on, as gross as it might be, I put this on and I will leave this on for a good hour. Like, I will really let this sink in and almost dry off. So by the time I'm finished, when I start, it's like jelly all over my face. When I'm finished, it feels as though it's sunk into my face and I'm left with like this greeny cast around my face. I might even eat food with it on. Do you know what I mean? And then I will go and wash it off. Nowadays, I wear Invisalign, so I tend to take this off and time it with removing my Invisalign before I come down and eat, and then I'll put my skincare on. But it's fantastic. And I seriously, if you're someone that suffers with really dry, tight skin when you get out of a bath or a shower, or you get a lot of redness, seriously, this mask takes out the redness. It is unbelievable. If you want to leave it on for just 10 minutes, that's fine. I'm telling you now, I don't. I leave it on for as long as I want. I've probably left it on for 2 hours before just because I'm lazy as hell if I'm watching something on YouTube. I know that I've recommended this on my Instagram so many times. It's not actually funny. And I know a few of you have actually tried it because I recommended it. And I would love to know if you've tried this down below, if you liked it. The only other product I have, and it's not, I don't know if it's classed as a face mask. I think it's classed as a mask in the sense it is a strong moisturizer. And I only really use this at certain times, so I'm not advocating necessarily buying it. I would buy it again though. This is the Drunk Elephant F-Balm Electrolyte Water Facial Mask. I only really use this in certain scenarios. I'm going to be totally frank with you when I use this. So if I've got out the shower and I can't be bothered to do skincare, which yes, even though this is very quick to do, it's about 4 different pumps in your hand very quickly and smeared on your face, sometimes I can't be bothered. If I've taken a shower in the middle of like a break between a program I'm watching or something like that and I just want to freshen up, I will just pop this on instead. I'll probably then go in with skincare before bed. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just put this on. It's very, very thick, so not everyone will like this. It's thicker than the La La whipped cream here. It's quite thick. I didn't know how I felt about it at first, but once I found a really good use for it, I'm quite happy with it. So I'll either use it on its own if I'm being really lazy, or what I also like to do, I'll do a face mask and then I'll put this on, and I will leave this on my skin after this is done to essentially calm it down, just lock everything in. And then again, I might go in with skincare on the nighttime. I might not. It just depends on the time of day and the time between basically doing this and going to bed. But that is how I use it. I don't reach for it much, but it's really good when I cannot be bothered. So for that reason, I really like it. So moving on from all of that we've covered so far, the next thing I want to talk about is sunscreen. Now, I will admit, I haven't found a sunscreen that I like that I can use without makeup. I just haven't found a sunscreen that is just nice on bare skin. So what I do is I use it in my makeup, and it's makeup but not makeup. So what I use is the IT Cosmetics CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. Hydrating and anti-aging concealer with SPF 50 in it. And honestly, SPF is not the nicest thing on your face. It's very thick. It doesn't really play well with makeup, I find, and everything else, except for this. This is a game changer. It's like a foundation, but not. So it comes in different colors. This is in the color light. The one I'm using every day is actually in fair. I have different sizes. I'll explain that. But this is literally like foundation, but it's thinner. But it makes my skin look better than what foundation does because it's so thin and seamless. I'm wearing it right now, okay? I'll try and get up to the camera. Hopefully it's not going to be really annoying. This is my skin now. It just looks incredible on my skin. It really does. It looks like my skin, but better. I know that's what it's marketed to do. Honestly, it works. If you are a person with dry skin or problematic skin in any way where texture shows up, I implore you to try this. This is incredible. I don't have a ton of texture, but I have enough for it to really annoy me, especially when I film. So I've actually switched to using this rather than foundation when I film. It's not to say that I wouldn't use foundation, but I love the effect of this. This always looks amazing and it lasts all day. It doesn't seem to crease up. It doesn't break down around my nose like a lot of other foundations do. It just stays awesome. Now then, I bought this first to test it. I wanted to test the color. I wanted to test if I liked it because I think this full size one is £32. This one is probably about £16, probably half price. So you're getting more than double for the price. So I bought this to test out the color on my skin. I'm wearing this one today. This one is darker. I bought this for fake tan. So you can get a bigger size. I'll pull this out of the packaging actually because we're here. Why not? This is in the color Fair. So if you're pale as hell like me, try Fair, really good one. This one here is light, and that is what I wore in last week's video when I had fake tan on and I had that wonderful tan malfunction. That's what I wore over that. So it covers tan, but it won't cover deep tan. It's quite a light tan that it'll cover. So I can't recommend these enough. And as I say, they've got SPF 50 in, which why would you need anything else? Now, granted, if you're not someone that wears makeup, or you're not someone that wears CC cream or anything that adds physical color or coverage to your skin, then yeah, it's probably not for you. I would love to recommend some skincare-based sunscreen. I hear good things about Korean skincare, except I know they're going through a bit of a problem at the minute where they haven't been tested for the SPF properly. So I think I might just wait to find out what happens with that. But I am looking for a really nice sunscreen. Ideally, 50 would be great. Why not? If you're going to protect yourself, protect yourself. But that's what I'm using for sunscreen. Ooh, okay. Let's pull something else out of my bag. And that is, where is it? I keep losing it because it's so small. The next category I have to talk about, I'm not super schooled on this, and I'm kind of learning about this right now. And I didn't purposely buy this. This actually came with a set when I first got a load of Drunk Elephant products to try. So that's why I have this, and that's why it's quite small. The original size of this is much bigger, but this is retinol. This is the Drunk Elephant A Passioni Retinol Cream. This is 1%. This is strong as hell. Seriously. Retinol is a whole thing in itself, right? Retinol, if you're into skincare and you want to be into anti-aging, retinol is a thing you need to know about. Retinol, I believe, is a form of vitamin A for your skin. It is the only, one of the only ingredients in skincare that actually can reverse signs of aging. There is no other product that can do that. I don't think. I think this is one that's been proven. Sorry, I'm looking out my window because someone's walking around and it's weird. So this is the only one that's been proven. This is tough to use, and because of my job, I haven't been able to really use this. I've used it once or twice and it really screwed me up. But long story short, you have to get acclimatized to this. This is very strong. This is 1%. If you use a retinol, you should generally start with a lower percentage and work up. I only have this one. I did buy an ordinary one. I think that was 0.5%. I didn't like it at all. It was like a serum. Didn't care for it at all. This can give you some really nasty effects. And as I said, because of my job, I can't use this yet. I'm having to work up towards recording videos in bulk. So I record at least 2 videos on the same day so that I can do retinol. Because this sucks. The long-term effects of this are fantastic. I'm not going to bore anybody with it, but if you want to look it up. You'll be really mind blown. It's great. But short-term, I think it made me swell up once a little bit. I looked all puffy and nasty. It made me blotchy. And it made my skin peel off. Not in a dry, cracked blister way, more in like a holiday tan peel way, which it does happen until you get acclimated to it, and it takes some time. And to get acclimated to it, you need to use it regularly. And I haven't done that yet. So it's going to be a journey. You don't need much of this, by the way. You only need a pea-sized amount for your entire face. So this will honestly last a long time. One thing I will say on retinol before we move on, if you feel like you've got retinol in your skincare, if you bought into the idea of it, you don't really know what it does, but you've heard about it, and all the skincare brands like boast that things have retinol in it for anti-aging. Retinol only really stays preserved and active if you have it in a container where it's basically dark. There's like light can't affect it, UV can't affect it, and it's airtight. So this is good for that. But if you have retinol at home in a glass bottle or anything like that, don't rely on it. It doesn't work. The ingredient will it's ineffective. It's rendered ineffective essentially. So consider that if you're into your retinol, I guess. There's just a little random fact. But the next category that I have to go on to is lip balm. Do I have both of them? I would love it if I did. Yeah, it's not in here. I must have put it elsewhere, I think. It's not my favorite product, but it works. I don't love this for a couple of reasons. I don't think I'd buy it again. I think it's about £15, which, yes, it's a lot for a lip balm. It's not as much as my other lip balm, which I believe is in one of my bags, my handbags. Anyway, this is £15. It's a lot. This is not great for me personally because it's so big and fat. Like putting it on your lips, that's quite a big, if you've got big lips, great, but I don't. My lips are like that thin. So I struggle with this one a little bit. It's okay. I don't find it super long lasting. It's a nice balm. I don't love it. It's probably my least favorite Drunk Elven product. You could totally go without this. I'm not recommending anybody buys this. But it is cheaper, and one of the reasons I did buy it is because I accidentally stumbled on a different lip balm by a makeup brand known as Pat McGrath. It's a wonderful black-owned skincare brand. Wonderful. A lot of my makeup is from there. I'm obsessed with it. And that one is like double the price of this. That one, it looks like a lipstick. It's gorgeous. I don't have it on me. I thought I had it in this bag, but I mustn't do. It looks like a lipstick, and I actually find it's better, which annoys me because double the price, but it is better, and that almost allows me to rationalize it. I bought it just to try it out last year. I was just feeling like I wanted to treat myself to something. So I tried that one and I love it, and I'd recommend it more than this balm. But really, I'm not about to recommend someone spends a ton of money on a lip balm, to be honest. So the last category I have to show you in the skincare video, I know this is long, right? I knew it would be. But the last topic I have to show you is gadgets. I don't have many. I think I have 3. Sorry if you can see a line down my face, by the way, it's the sun and it's in such a horrendous position. I can't really do anything about it right now. I only have 3 to show you, but I do love them. So the first gadget I'd like to talk about, I should use this more and I've started using this more. This here is amazing. This is called the Foreo Luna 3. And you might be thinking, what the hell is this? This is a device to aid cleansing, basically. It actually vibrates. Apparently, this side is for cleansing. I'll show you up close shots of this, of course. This side is for cleansing and the other side is for anti-aging, I believe. This thing comes with an app that you can set how long you want to use this for, and I think you can do like different like programs, stuff like that with your skincare. I don't use it, I'm gonna be honest. I should really look at the app and find out more about it. If you want a proper review, I'll make that a priority and I'll do that for you. This isn't cheap. I've got this down at £170. It's not cheap. And is it needed? No. What I would say is if you find something with this effect on it, like just a pad with this, you're good to go. You don't need something that vibrates like this. I don't personally think it does much. Maybe it stimulates blood flow to the skin, but I feel like rubbing your skin when you cleanse it probably does the same thing. But that said, I do love it. Now, I don't physically exfoliate. I've mentioned this before. I use my chemical exfoliation. I don't physically exfoliate unless it's a dire circumstance, like I have a lot peeling off my face or something. I use it when I'm in the bath a lot of the time. If I'm in the bath and I'm sweating a little bit, like it's really hot, and I tend to wash my face before I get out of the bath. But I will use this with it just to stimulate the skin and just get everything out of the pores a little bit more, because the pores are more open and I like to use it. When I took off all my fake tan, because the last couple of videos on my main channel, I was a little bit more tanned, I took that off because I'm actually testing another gadget that I'll get into. But I struggled with that wonderful tiger bread kind of appearance that you get when your tan comes off. You'll know the one if you use fake tan. You get it around your hands. You get it around places that you maybe rub less, I would say. You just get it where it's kind of rubbing off. It's not very attractive. And I used it actually with this. This is the balm that I talked about earlier. Obviously any balm, great. Probably even a cleanser is good, but it feels real good with a balm. And I went around my head where I just could not get this really stubborn tiger bread sort of stuff off my head. And I did it and it was great. I did it with a mirror just so I could really see where I was getting it. And even though these bristles are really soft, it took it all off. And I was really surprised. So I think I'm going to do that in the future. Yeah, I haven't used this enough. I actually haven't. I can figure out to turn it on. Yeah. Just a vibrating thing. It's not a naughty toy, okay? All jokes aside, it's not a naughty toy. I don't really know what the vibration would technically do. Can I even turn this off? Oh my God. It won't turn off. There we go. I don't know if the vibrations do anything, but I like it for an exfoliation point of view. It feels a little bit luxury when I use it. I like it. It makes me feel good. So I use that. I must mention, this particular color, they do come in different colors. This one is for the sensitive skin. It's like the sensitive skin one. There are different ones for different skin concerns. Obviously, being that my skin is sensitive, I use this one. But there are different types. Right. The next one is more expensive, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had this one long, but I did some reading up on it and I love the sound of it. It sounds fantastic. I basically bought this to try out. I'm hoping it works. Personally, I feel like I can see a difference already, but I don't wanna call it too early. I bought this to try out on the channel, so I'm gonna do a video on this anyway, because I don't wanna recommend something at this point that doesn't work, especially for this price point. This is a lot. It comes in a little baggie. And this here, you're gonna laugh, because it is quite funny. This here is the Dr. Dennis Gross, is it the Face Wear Pro? And this costs £430. I know you're thinking, what the hell is this? So the back of this has LEDs in it, right? You strap it to your head and you wear it for 3 minutes a day. Now, you're probably thinking, what? What is this? Long story short, from my understanding, this mask utilizes what is called LED therapy. You can get facials, LED therapy facials that cost you a lot of money from beauty salons and stuff like that. It's quite an upmarket thing. Costs you a lot of money. This is essentially an at-home version and it's good quality. There are studies on this, so I don't think it's bullshit, and I've looked at reviews and no one's really saying that it's not very good. This mask has 3 different types of light that you can use on your face. It has red light, it has blue light, and it has a setting that covers them both. I'll show you them very quickly. So you push this on the top and you will get 3 minutes of light, and you do this daily. So I push it there, that's turned it on. This is red light. I can change it by clicking it again. I get effectively blue light, and then if I do it again, I get both. So I only use this on the red light setting, and that is because the red light, if I've got this right, the red light will target fine lines and wrinkles and skin tone. So what this should do for me is my fine lines and wrinkles should hopefully become reduced over time. Apparently it takes about 10 weeks to see a difference, and my skin should just be softer and the skin tone should be more even, which is something I don't like about my skin and I'm concerned about it. The other setting, the blue light, is for breakouts and acne. I think it targets, is it the bacteria that causes the acne? I can't fully remember all of this. I'm not fully schooled on it because I only really read up on the bits that I needed for me. And the other light is a combination of both. So if you have fine lines and you're concerned about anti-aging, you use the red setting. If you are concerned about acne and other things like that, you use the blue setting. And if you want to do both, you use the other setting. I've been using this. I feel like my skin is different. I don't want to say anything too quickly because I think I've only used it probably about a couple of weeks now. So I don't want to jump the gun, but I feel like my pores look even smaller, and that is something that it can apparently do. I feel like my skin tone is more even. Wrinkles, I don't think I've been staring at my skin enough to notice yet, but I do feel like my skin tone is changing a little bit along with the texture. Like I actually get really red lines around my nose a lot. It's just how they are. It really irritates me. So for me, if this only just solves that, I'm happy. I don't want to speak too soon on this though. All I can tell you is it is expensive. I'm not going to recommend it until I've tried it and showed you like before and after, but that's what I'm using at the minute. So being that it is a skincare video, I thought I'd mention this. And the last thing, the last gadget, but it's not really a gadget, and I really recommend these to literally everyone that has skin concerns, we should say. I don't want to say issues, concerns, or just issues that are affecting you. I think everyone should try one of these. And that, sorry, I'm just putting my mask away. That is, where did it go? That is one of these. What is it, you ask? This is a face mask, or a face covering, I should say, and it is made of silk. This cost me about £12. It's reversible. I also bought a pack of 3. They were like different nude colors. It's really nice. I tend to use the black side against my face so I can have a nice like nude mask. And that's more or less when I have makeup on, because obviously your makeup's gonna go in the mask. But this is really good. If you don't know how good silk is for your skin, silk is very breathable. It's not really abrasive at all. And it is hypoallergenic, which means it really is very good at preventing mold, bacteria, fungus, all of those things that might occur when you use a mask. I started using this, I think, I've never really worn masks much because I've never had to go out much over COVID, but there was a period of time between Christmas and New Year, I went on a little bit of a shopping trip, shall we say. And it was 3 days solid. Yes, I know, go hard. And I was using just one of the normal surgical face masks. And my head is so small, this mask was just rubbing around in my face. It rubbed all of my lips, like the very top rim of my lip. It rubbed it to death. I got all spotty, around my nose was irritated, where I used to get the perioral dermatitis, so I didn't like that at all. And I was just so sore. I was putting my everyday exfoliator on it and it was hurting me. And I was like, why? I know this doesn't hurt. Do you know what I mean? I've used it so often, it doesn't hurt. So I realized it was definitely the mask. And while not wearing the mask most of the time is fine, I really decided, you know what, I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna invest in some silk. And I haven't looked back. And honestly, it's so nice. You don't get super warm when you wear this, and you don't get super cold. It's just really nice. I know a lot of people like the warmth, you know, that fills your mask if you're out in the cold, but if you're inside in a shopping center, for example, it's not very nice. You get really hot and your skin it gets very irritated. So I did get some questions, which I'll go into in a minute, about what do you do for maskne, which is mask acne, I assume you mean. So basically just the general side effect of face masks. And that is what I've been doing. That helped me immediately. They're not very expensive. This isn't a high quality mask either. You can kind of tell by looking at it, but it's really helped me. And if you have skin problems, honestly, try it. Just try it. Really, really good. So before I get into the brief skincare questions I got asked from people that watch my main channel, I'm just going to go very quickly through what I use on a morning and what I use on a night. And I'm probably going to color code it in some way just so you can see very, very quickly. So for the morning time, I use on my face, I will probably shoot it like into a little puddle on my hand and mix it this way. This can vary. Generally, I do the following. I use this. This is the C Firma Day Serum. I will put it in with some of this. This is the Proteiny Peptide, isn't it? Proteiny Polypeptide cream. Then I will put a shot of this in, maybe, maybe not. Then I will put some marula oil in it. And once that's on my face, I will top it off. Once everything else is on and rubbed in, I will then go in with my eye cream. That's my day routine. My night routine, honestly, the moisturizer can really vary. It will either be the whipped cream or it'll be this one. Then I sometimes add the Be Hydrating again. I will definitely be putting this on my face though. This is an absolute must every night. I will definitely put some marula oil on, and again, I'll go in with the same eye cream. So although I have a lot of products, I'm using them a lot. I'm using them all the time. When I'm being a bit extra, so when I'm doing a face mask, this is what I will do. As I mentioned before, when I get out of the bath, I may or may not, because it depends on whether I'm filming or how I'm feeling, I may or may not use this. This is the Shikari Baby Facial. Whether I use it or not, I will then 100% use this. I like to use this as much as possible. I like to do it about 3 times a week. I'm a little bit addicted. I've got a problem. I use this. If I'm being lazy, I will then just go in with this and lock it off. Or maybe I might lock it off with this instead. This is the Pete Thomas Roth, something like that. Even if I'm not being lazy, I'll probably still lock it in with that and then come back later before nighttime and do my night care, because I don't always use this at night. I like to use it early evening. Once I get home and I unwind and I have a shower. So it really depends. And then I'll just go into the morning or the night routine, depending on what I'm doing, usually the night. I thought I would sum this up for you because I feel like it might be helpful if, I know these products cost a lot of money. I know that. It's not for everybody. It's, it's whether you believe in spending the money or you can spend the money or you want to spend the money. I totally understand that. I really do. So I thought I would summarize my top 3 products and then my top product if you really want to try Drunk Elephant. If I could only pick 3 products of my skincare that aren't including face masks, because I think you should try this anyway, so I'm not including the extra stuff, I'm just including the base core skincare. If I could pick 3 products that I love the most, it would have to be this one. That's the glycolic serum. It would have to be this one. That's the polypeptide. And then it would have to be the eye cream. Those are my top 3 products. Now, if you want to try Drunk Elephant and you think, I only want to spend money on one thing, Jesus, that's a lot of money. I honestly think my top product that I believe you can see the most difference in the quickest has to be that one. That is the single best Drunk Elephant product they've ever made, in my opinion. If you want to try it, great. The other option, if you want to try Drunk Elephant, and I brought this in. Now, this looks like super prepared, and it's not. I just happen to have the original packaging still in my bedroom, and I don't know how I've managed to do that. But what you can do from Drunk Elephant, if you want to try this brand, and you just think, oh my God, it's so expensive. I cannot. Trust me, that's how I started. I started by buying one of these. This here is called the Drunk Elephant Littles Kit. I think this is the 4.0, and I've managed to compile a Littles Kit back up because I have so many empties lying around. Some of them are on this shelf. I was just able to build one out of empties because I used to use these all the time because I never used to be able to afford full-size products. It's only been quite recently I've been able to afford it, if I'm honest. So trust me, I understand that these are not the cheapest products, but you get it in a little thing like this. You get a really cute little bag that you can store your products in. It's really quite cute. And in the sleeve, actually, I didn't notice this till this morning, but in the sleeve that you get your a product in, it actually gives you a morning and a night routine. So this is the morning routine here. And honestly, it's basically what I do. It's the C Firmer, it's the marula oil, it's this moisturizer here, the polypeptide, and there's an SPF in there because obviously you should be using that. The nighttime, they're recommending the cleanser, the glycolic, the marula oil, and the Hydra on the nighttime. But it's cool because you get this in with your little, your little package. So that's really cool. It's perforated. You can pull it off if you really don't know what you're doing. It took me a little bit of a while to remember the colors because I actually just remember what colors go on my face for day and night. In this kit, really cute, and this is accurate as of the kit that is out now. We're just in February 2021 now, but this is what is in the kit. So you get the cleanser, which I held up before that I don't have a full-size one of because I'm an idiot and it's at home. You get that in it. You get the SPF, which is SPF 30 from Drunk Elephant. I don't love this, but it's in there. It's in your kit. You get the B Hydra. You get your C Firma Day Serum. And same size as that again, you get the TLC from Boost Glycolic Night Serum. This is the game changer one. You get that as well. You also get, really, really nice, a little vial of marula oil. This is the smaller one. My one is this size. You can buy bigger ones than this. I just bought a smaller one. But you get that too, and the packaging is, I just really like the packaging on that one. You also get your eye cream. You also get your Protini polypeptide cream. You get all of that in this kit. Now, don't get me wrong, the sample sizes are small. Eye cream, you get 5 ml. It does last a long time though. Trust me, this allows me to go 3.5 months, no problem on one of these kits. I tell you now, 3.5 months you can go as long as you don't, use a ton on your face and you use the recommended amount. This is 8 ml. So I imagine these two are also 8 ml. Yeah, these 3 are 8 mls. The cleanser is 30 mils. The little bottle of marula oil is 8 mils. And the SPF is 15 mils again. It's quite good value if you want to try the brand, because honestly, you could just buy one of these products, but if you want to see how they work together, because you'll really get a potent effect when you use them together, trust me, oh my God. Try a Little's kit. The Little's kit is around about 74 Great British pounds. And again, I know that's a lot, but if you want to try the brand, and Valentine's Day is coming up, we've just had Christmas, obviously, birthday, anything, it's great if you want to try the brand. And then to be honest, you can throw out any of my suggestions today on what you might like. Try this, figure it out for yourself. There might be some things where you're like, I can live without that, or oh my God, game changer. So that is how it comes. Not the cheapest thing in terms of testing the products, really, really good. I bought this originally for my mum. I bought the samples kit. When I keep saying I bought samples, this is what I'm talking about. I bought this for my mum for like Christmas, Mother's Day, birthday, something like that. And she just fell in love with it. So this is what I got started on. Now, obviously I can afford the products. I appreciate not everyone can. But if you want to try the range, this is your boy. Trust me, this is your boy. They do other sets as well that are smaller. Like they do a combo of, is it these two together in a little set, I think. They have ones where you have a little balm and then you have something with the balm. There's a few different sets you can get. You can get a set with this in it that's smaller, but like bigger than those sizes, if you know what I mean. It really depends. Have a look if it's something you're into. If you're not into this, I appreciate it. This isn't a video, however it might come across, of me saying, try this skincare. It's literally, you guys asked what I put on my face. This is it. And I couldn't really make this any shorter because I really want to explain why I use them, because they do cost. Last part of the video is a very, very quick Q&A because I know I've kept you a long time, a really long time. I've got them written down in front of me. So the first question people asked that they wanted me to cover in this video was any tips for COVID, mask, rash, etc. Obviously, I would say this, get a silk mask if that's something you're comfortable doing, maybe a face mask, or to be honest, even better, some marula oil because it's so healing. For that, you might want a thicker cream. You might want the whipped cream. That's really nice, by the way, on lumps and bumps and irritation. It's really nice. But the marula, definitely. Something that is known to heal would be your best bet. Certainly don't exfoliate it in any way. Just leave well alone. Whether it goes dry or not, leave it well alone. Just put some marula oil on it or something like that. Some of you wanted me to cover essentially working in a high humidity environment with my skin, because I think some people thought it might cause problems. It doesn't personally for me at all. I combine it with stuff like this to really get the extra out of it. So for me, I love being in high humidity. My skin loves humidity. It loves it. So for me, not a problem. I'm not clued up on skincare enough to suggest whether it would create problems in other people's skin. I don't know. I haven't heard of that happening in my experience, but for me, amazing. It's only a help towards my skin, to be quite honest. Third question was anti-aging retinol. Yes, I've covered that. I'm trying it. I will let you know in time. I haven't been able to try it fully because of filming and everything like that. This is a good one. Do you feel that skincare has to be expensive? That's a tough question for me because really the answer is yes and no. I don't think skincare has to be expensive. What I think matters is having a good, reasonably minimal skincare selection, because I know this seems like a lot, but I don't think it is, because a lot of it is for like, you know, extra pampering kind of thing. I think the important thing about your skincare is just the ingredients. The ingredients list is the most important thing. Now, the issue with that is not all of the time, but a lot of the time, skincare, to get the ingredients list that is good, you do have to pay more money. Something from the drugstore doesn't necessarily have all the good stuff. I mean, I would be amazed personally if there was something in the drugstore that has the amount that AG this has in it. If there is, let me know. I'm always open to that kind of thing, but I don't think there is. So I don't want to sound like a massive snob making this video. I genuinely don't. These are just things that have worked for me. I do believe you can probably get a lot of this ingredients-wise cheaper from other brands. I just haven't felt the need to switch. I'm not bored of my skincare. I don't feel really the need to try new stuff. I have on occasion and I've liked it, of course, as I've mentioned in the video. I don't think it needs to be expensive. I just think it tends to be for the ingredients. And that's just my opinion. I know of a lot of Korean skincare brands where things are a little bit more affordable and they've got great ingredients. I think Korean skincare is really quite far ahead of ours. So that's something I would maybe delve into the future. But I don't feel like I'm schooled enough to really give you an answer. I can just give you my opinion. And that is, I think you pay for the ingredients. So I got a lot of questions on texture and how to improve it. Honestly, use things like this that eat away the crap on your skin and push the crap out of your pores. That is great. Anything that resurfaces is great for texture, because generally you get problems like that from lack of hydration. So try something like this, or if there's another brand that you know of that does this, great, try that. See if that improves. Keep it a lot more hydrated. Obviously, drink more water. That's a great way to improve hydration. But if you want to physically do something to your skin, do not physically exfoliate. I personally don't believe in it. Use a chemical exfoliator. Perioral dermatitis, obviously I got asked about that. What worked for me, I would rather do a full video on it because, as I said, it is literally a minefield. It'll take a long time. It probably won't be as long as this video, but it will be quite long, so I'll save that. Somebody asked me about skincare for men, and honestly, I don't think there is a difference. I'm not schooled in the difference between AG, the skin on someone who is feminine, and the skin on someone who is masculine. I don't think there's a difference. I feel like it's just skin. I could be very wrong. I don't know. I'm not schooled. In my opinion and my current belief, skincare is skincare and anyone can benefit from it. Like, this brand is not a woman's brand, for example, or anything like that. I believe it's just a skincare brand and anyone could use it. I don't think there's anything that needs to be done extra. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, because as I say, I'm not schooled in this. I think a lot of men have a bad time because skincare is deemed to be not masculine in some way, and it's like, that's so stupid. We all have skin on our faces, we all have skin concerns, we all have dry skin, acne, lumps and bumps, dull complexion. We all have those problems. It's no different, you know, whether you're male or female or whatever, it doesn't matter. So for me, there is no difference. Have a look into skincare, find something that you think you'll like for a price point that you're happy with, because there are so many different things at different price points. And that is it for the skincare video. I don't know how long I've been recording. My table is covered in products. It is insane. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's long. Probably going to apologize for every video I ever do, saying sorry it's long, but sorry it's long. And I will see you in the next video, whatever you want that to be. I don't think I have anything planned specifically, so let me know what you'd like to see in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. And if you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you as part of my channel, whether you follow my main one or not. On this channel, I do stuff a little bit differently, and I would love to have you here. So if you'd like to subscribe, please consider doing so. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.